Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope I'll be having a great Wednesday. Hope I'll be having a great week. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man, it is time for the Colorado versus Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets preview. But also, we got the 2-for-1 special. We are also going to be previewing the Auburn Tigers versus the Baylor Bears. Let me know in the comment section if you like this format. I did think long and hard about doing two entirely separate preview videos for both of these games, but I figured, hey, why not? We'll just jumble them up together. That way you ain't got to click on a different video and whatnot. You get them both right here. For those of you who don't know, we are also 1 week away from week 1 officially starting. You're going, well, wait a minute, Matt, it's Wednesday. And yes, my friend, you're correct because we got college football tomorrow. And we'll talk about this game a little bit. We got Nebraska versus Cincinnati. What about that? If you don't know my stance on Nebraska football, it's a pretty harsh one at that. They suck, and they've been irrelevant for years and years and years, and they will remain irrelevant because it's not the 80s or 90s anymore. Nobody wants to go to Nebraska. I am looking forward to that game, though. It's going to be 8 p.m. Central Time. Whew, that's going to be a doozy. If you're on the East Coast, that's going to be a 9 p.m. kickoff. Sheesh, that's late for a Thursday night. I will most definitely be staying up to see how Raiola fares out. This is one of those weird games for Nebraska because if you win, it's like, yeah, well, you should have won, but if you lost, whew, fans are going to be really mad, and the season's already over. I'm not going to talk about this game too long because nobody cares. Let's just call it for what it is, but give me the Cornhuskers. Moving along here, though, to our 2 Friday night games, and that's also why I did these in the same video because they're both on Friday night. I hate that they're kicking off at the same time. I guess I'm going to have them both going on at the same time. We got the Auburn Tigers versus the Baylor Bears. We will start with them first, and then we will do Colorado and Georgia Tech. So if you are a Georgia Tech or Colorado fan and you don't care about this game, just fast forward in the video. It's no problem whatsoever. 7 p.m. kickoff on Fox. And if you have YouTube TV like me, we are in trouble, partner, because unless I'm highly mistaken and I haven't seen an update, YouTube TV and Fox, they are bumping heads, and this channel may not be available. I'm not too worried about it. I hope they resolve it, but yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. As to where it stands right now, when I'm looking at it, Auburn is now favored in this game. A couple weeks ago, Baylor is favored. Auburn, they're favored by 2.5 points. I would say that's about right, although Auburn is on the road. Let's not kid around with ourselves. Who's got the most talented team heading into this matchup? Hugh Freeze and the Auburn Tigers. I respect Baylor, but come on now. Auburn's got a better team. But that doesn't mean they're going to win the game. As we know, if you just went off of talent alone, we wouldn't even play these games. The Baylor Bears are coming off of not a great season, but not a bad season. Considering how things started, they finished the year with a bang. A lot of people forgot, and they wrote this team off. They were 2-4 to begin the season, but then they ran off 6 straight, finished 8-4, and lost the bowl game to LSU. Reminder as well, in the MBG preseason poll, do you know where I have the Baylor Bears ranked? Inside of my top 25. The AP poll nerds, they do not. Which means your boy Matty is a little bit higher on the Bears than some others. One reason for that is their quarterback. He goes by the name of Sawyer Robertson. If you're an Auburn fan and you're going, who in the crap is that guy? Newsflash, buddy, you're going to learn his name on Friday. He's a really interesting quarterback. You know why? He finished top 5 last year in total QBR. Let me say it again. In the entire nation, he was top 5 in QBR, which is one of the most important statistics and ways to evaluate quarterback play. There was only 4 guys ranked ahead of him. Cam Ward, we know what happened to him, right? Number 1 pick in the draft. Dylan Gabriel, Curtis Rourke from Indiana, and Jackson Dart, also a first-round pick. What am I trying to say? Well, when Baylor was struggling last year at times and it didn't look all too great, there was one bright spot. Mr. Sawyer Robertson. Nobody even remembers this because, 1, it's a meaningless bowl game, and 2, Baylor lost the game. But against LSU in the last game of the year, Robertson put up 450 yards on an SEC defense. So, yeah, do as you please with that information, Auburn fans. If you think this is going to be some walk in the park, which you probably don't, but if you did, you are sadly mistaken. Who has the best quarterback in this game? Psh, did you see everything and hear everything I just told you? It's the Baylor Bears. Here's the biggest X factor for Baylor in this game. I'll give you the X factor first, and then we'll go over the 3 keys. If you're new to our channel, I like to do 3 keys for each team when we do these predictions/previews. X factor for Baylor isn't on offense, it's the defense. Can you stop Auburn? That's the question, the million-dollar question of that. Even during the winning streak last year, when they won 6 games in a row, they gave up 35 to Texas Tech, 28 to Oklahoma State, 34 to TCU, and 35 to West Virginia. That was in 4 straight games. As a defensive coordinator, as a fan, not exactly what you like to see. It's okay giving up 28, but once you start getting in the 30s, that's a little too much. And I don't mean once every now and then. That was consistently. That's the problem. Here's the 3 keys for Baylor. Key number 1. I know you can pass the ball. We saw it all last year. But can you run on this Auburn defense? Can you run on the Auburn front 7? I don't even think they got to pop off 20, 30, 40-yard runs. If you can consistently get 4 to 5 yards per carry, that's going to help out Robertson. Key number 2, and this one, ironically enough, is on Robertson. He took care of the ball last year, but can you take care of the ball against Auburn? And here's what I'm talking about, because some of you are saying, well, Matt, you kind of sound like you're contradicting yourself. You said he did take care of the ball, but now you're questioning if he can. And yes, my friend, you were 100% correct. The reason I say that's a key is because Auburn may just give you the game. So you don't even got to do nothing crazy. Robertson doesn't got to put on the Superman cape, the Spider-Man 3 black suit like we saw Tobey Maguire do, the symbiote suit. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. He don't got to do any of that because we'll get to this in just a second. Jackson Arnold may just give you the game. Don't do nothing crazy. You're not playing Georgia. You're not playing Alabama. You're not playing Texas. You're not playing Ohio State. You're not playing teams like that. You're playing an unranked Auburn team who's not very good. Number 3, this on defensive side of the ball. Make Jackson Arnold beat you with his arm. And believe me when I say this, he won't. Do not let him get hot on the read options and let him start running all over you. Make him throw it 30 times. Worst case scenario for Baylor is you don't stop the run and Arnold only throws the ball 12 to 15 times. Guarantee you this, if Arnold does not throw the ball more than 15 times, Auburn will win this game. My reasoning for saying that is because if he doesn't throw that many times, that means Auburn just ran all over you. That's pretty much it for Baylor. If you want some other things to throw in there, you got the home field advantage. That place is going to be rocking. However, I do expect there to be quite a bit of Auburn fans there. But regardless of the amount of Auburn fans, you're comfortable. You practice there. You play there. You know what to expect. Use the home field advantage to, guess what? Your advantage. Let's talk about Auburn, and before we get into the keys, we'll talk about the quarterback situation. Sure, you don't have the best quarterback in this matchup, at least in my humble opinion. Arnold is very similar to, he's like a combination of Chad Kelly and Bo Wallace. Weirdly enough, former Hugh Freeze quarterbacks at Ole Miss. Is he good? Absolutely not. He is average at best, and the bad thing about him is he can single-handedly lose you this game. But it's not just quarterback play. Outside of that, there's a ton of question marks for this Auburn football team. Is the offensive line going to be better? Can they hold up better than they did last year? Wide receiver play. We know they got Cam Coleman, but what about the other guys? Are they going to help Coleman out? On defense, are you going to be able to stop some teams? I tell you this much, Hugh Freeze wasn't really known as a defensive head coach at Ole Miss, but the strong suit of the Auburn football team last year was the defense. So can they repeat that this year in 2025? Key number 1, though, Jackson Arnold. This isn't going to be long. It's very simple. Don't be an F-up. Some of you are going to laugh. Think I'm joking. I'm being dead serious. Don't be an F-up. Hugh Freeze is not an idiot. It's not his first rodeo. He understands that Jackson Arnold is not that good. So he's not going to put him in bad situations. The problem with Arnold is, even when you don't put him in a bad situation, he'll still find the bad in a good situation. Jackson Arnold, I'm begging you for your own good. Please do what the coaches tell you to do. Hit the guys in the flat. Don't do nothing crazy. Key number 2 for Auburn, this is also on the offensive side of the ball. Run, 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 run. Imagine I said run 5,000 more times. Run the ball. There is no excuse for Jackson Arnold to have 25-plus pass attempts in this game unless you're trailing by 14 points, 17 points at half, something like that. Run the ball. You got decent running back play. You got a good running quarterback. That's one of Arnold's strengths. You got to establish the run, and you got to keep pounding it. I don't even care if Baylor jumps out to a 10-0 lead. I want to see you run the ball and run it some more and then run it some more. And when you get tired of it, run it some more. Number 3, we'll go on the defensive side of the ball. You can't let Sawyer Robertson just beat you over the top because he can. He's not like a Jackson Arnold thing. So if you're Baylor, you're going, oh, yeah, let's make Jackson Arnold beat us over the top. But at Auburn, no. You don't want to say that with Robertson. You don't want to say, oh, yeah, we're going to press and challenge him. No, because he's going to beat you. It's a completely different strategy when Auburn's on defense. The secondary, the cornerbacks, and the safeties want to keep everything in front of them. Make Baylor throw the 5-10 yard out routes and the slants, stuff like that. That's fine. With all that being said, no chunk plays through the air. None. This is a close one for me, and it's about as close to a coin flip as I've ever had when it comes to previewing and predicting games. I could see it going either way. Leading up until this week, I've wanted to pick Auburn, and I've told myself, yeah, I am going to pick Auburn to win this game. But there's just something about the Baylor Bears. I like to go with teams when it's close, and I think it's going to be an even matchup or a close game. I tend to lean towards the team that has the better quarterback, and we've already established it in this video. Who has a better quarterback? Baylor. So by default, and just due to better quarterback play, I'm going with the Bears. I guess you could call this a mini upset because Auburn's favored, but it's really not. Give me the Baylor Bears. We'll say they have 31 to Auburn's 20. I think it's going to be more so of like a 24-20 game, but Auburn's going to go for it late in the fourth quarter, and Baylor's going to get some last-second touchdown or something like that. 31-20, give me the Bears. Auburn really needs to win this game because if they don't, Freeze will be left on the tarmac. Moving along here to the Colorado versus the Georgia Tech game. Oh, man. Where do you even start? For those of you that don't know, Colorado did name their new starting quarterback heading into a season, and it is no other than Caden Salter. Clap it up to him. Julian Lewis will be their backup quarterback. I don't know if they're going to try to play both of the guys in the first game. I guess I have to see how that unfolds. But here's what I do know, and this is for certain. Georgia Tech has their quarterback, and they have an outstanding running back behind them in Jamal Haynes. Haynes King and Jamal Haynes go together like peanut butter and jelly, and they are the dynamic duo. I love everything about them, and it's not just the physical toughness, it's the mental toughness. They are Georgia Tech football, but more importantly, they are Brent Key football. He has revived this Georgia Tech program, who looked like they were left out to dry. I think Georgia Tech is going to be the bully of the ACC this year. Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, wants a piece of these guys. What's fascinating about this matchup is we know what to expect out of Georgia Tech. They're going to ground and pound you. But we don't know what to expect out of Colorado. Yeah, we know their defense has never been that good, but word on the street is they've improved their defense. And without Travis Hunter and all those great weapons and wide receivers on offense and a new quarterback, what's the offense going to look like? I do expect Colorado to be more of an offensive team than defensive team, but you just don't know with all the new faces. Is there a case and scenario where Colorado's defense keeps them in games this year? I don't know, maybe. It goes back to this. You got the transfer portal, all these new faces coming in. We have yet to see any of these teams play a game this season. At this point in time, you're just kind of guessing. I think the X factor in this game for Colorado, it's not your quarterback play. Of course, you need to play good. But last time I checked, if you don't stop anybody, you can't win. So I think it's the defense. Can you stop Georgia Tech's run? Ironically enough, that goes hand in hand with my 3 keys for Colorado. One of those being, stop the run! I've been preaching it all throughout this video. Georgia Tech loves to run the football. You don't stop the run, you're not going to win this game. Period. The end. You can pack it up and go home. Stop the run, stop the run, stop the run. Because if you do not stop the run, Georgia Tech's not like other teams. They won't do play action. They won't get in shot. No, they'll just continue to run the ball. Number 2, on offense for Colorado, I don't expect Caden Salter to go out there and throw for 400 yards. Therefore, I'm not going to say you have to have trick plays up your sleeve, but you got to find some unique ways to score. It'd be great if you could get a kick return touchdown, a punt return, a scoop and score on defense, an interception, pick six, something like that. Colorado needs a boost of energy because you can't expect Caden Salter to go out there in his first start with this team and light the world on fire. Could it happen? Yeah, I think he's a talented player and he could do so, but you can't bank on that. He needs some help. Number 3 for Colorado, and this goes for offense and defense. Can you be disciplined this year? Last year, year before, not a disciplined football team. Did you see all the penalties they got on offense? All the holdings, the false starts. Same thing on defense. Just an undisciplined football team, and it's not just penalties, it's also focusing on your assignment. If you have the quarterback on a zone read, you don't dive in at the running back. You stick to the quarterback, even if you think and you are certain almost that the running back's getting the ball. No, you stick to Haynes King. Discipline, discipline, and guess what? More discipline. That's the 3 keys for Colorado. Let's talk about Haynes King, Brent Key, and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. You want to know what their X factor is? It's simple. Like we said for Colorado, can they stop the run? Well, for Georgia Tech, it's running the football. Georgia Tech, Brent Key, I'm talking to you. You know what to do. Run the ball. Do what you do. If Georgia Tech can't run the ball, they win the game. If they can't run the ball, they'll probably lose the game. Can't dumb it down any more than that. Key number 1, though, Haynes King. I've seen him play really good. I've also seen him play really bad. Which Haynes King is going to show up? That's something to pay attention to. Number 2. I don't expect Colorado to run the ball much because they didn't last year, even when they had success. So here's my question to Georgia Tech, the secondary. Can you just hold up? Can you force Colorado to attempt field goals? I don't even mind you giving up chunk plays and whatnot, but can you have the bend but not break mentality? That's the question. If you can hold Colorado to 3 points instead of 7 points, that's going to be a difference in this game. Number 3 for Georgia Tech. Don't let the moment be too big for you. Don't try to show out because you're playing Colorado. They're going to have celebrities at the game. No. Focus on your craft, but also stay composed and follow the script. Colorado, they're going to get all excited, do all these celebrations when they have a good play, but don't let that distract you from what you got to do. You're Georgia Tech. You're not Colorado. The Yellow Jackets are more of a bruiser physical team. Colorado is more of your flashy West Coast team. I think it'd be a good one similar to the Baylor and Auburn game, but I got to roll with the Yellow Jackets. I love me some Haynes King. I love Brent Key, what he's doing there, and I don't think Colorado can stop the run, and if you can't stop the run, you can't win a football game. Give me the Yellow Jackets in this one, 28 to Colorado's 24. Many more things I can say. Hope y'all like this jointed up preview / prediction video. If you didn't like it, well, let me know in the comment section. We can work on some arrangements. Let me know your thoughts down below. But